It is Tuesday, and it snowed last night. Well, it it dusted snow. I don't even know. I saw videos of it, but there's no sign of it this morning. So, I mean, did it really snow? If we didn't see it snow and there's no snow right now, did it really snow? Nobody knows. Hey guys, good morning. Okay. I just wanted to make sure I was on all chat. So, for those of you guys that have been following along, Michael Monkey Vaughan, little boy missing, Fruitland, Idaho, the 27th of July, 2021. So here we are, 4 years later, 4 years and a couple months. I hate static, and it's the winter season, officially. Sorry, I get so distracted just trying to fix some of this. I need a haircut. This is ridiculous. All right, let's try not to talk about self. I need to put little sticky notes around my little thing so that I could stay on task. Sorry, guys. Little boy missing, Fruitland, Idaho, July 27th, 2021. Good morning, Pittsburgh nurse. You're walking the dog. Dear God, it's cold up there, I bet. So yeah. 4 suspects named in the disappearance initially. And they're the suspects still. Stacy Wandra, Sarah Wandra, Brandon Shurtleff, Adrian Lucian. And so we read the affidavit of probable cause last night. And it's horrific. It's worse than I thought. It's the most horrible thing you could possibly hear from a person doing to another person, much less a baby. And I just can't wrap my mind around what, did you not think that his mama would come looking for you? That's the first thing that I would think. If I ever, which I will not ever, I wouldn't, but if I ever saw a kid on the street, I would be looking for his mama. What made you think that you could literally snatch a child up and that you wouldn't have to face his mama bear? I mean, hello? Were you dropped on your head? I mean, clearly all 4 of these people had to have been a little bit slow. I couldn't listen either, Teresa, and I had to read it. I literally it's like I had to stop and breathe because I forgot that I wasn't breathing. I mean, I can't even imagine being Michael's family, his mama, his daddy, having to, I mean, I don't know how this is going to go forward. I don't want them to plea out and get the easy way out, but at the same time, I almost want them to plea out so that we don't have to do this. We don't have to witness this. But then again, this is what Brandy has wanted, is her baby back. And they're not giving it. So, I mean, we have to move forward and demand justice. I mean, that's all we have. That's all that we can do. We have to. We have to forcefully go through it, painful detail at a time, which at this point, when you see that every single human in this investigation that's involved is a liar, what makes you think that they're not lying when they tell you something? Amen, Pittsburgh nurse. I agree. I would not settle for a plea unless they produce the baby. We just really have to keep fighting because I feel like the fight has just started. I mean, you think 4 years later we haven't been fighting, but at this point it's it's literally just getting started because we have people out here still reading affidavits, probable cause, as if it's weak, like there's no evidence. What? Did you not read the same document that I read? I mean, just because there's not a physical body found doesn't mean that there's not proof of the crime. It's very telling that people still want to stand up and defend baby killers. I don't know how you sleep at night, but we will get justice for Michael Monkey Vaughan. If we have to all freaking riot, picket, protest, whatever the hell it is that I've got to do, I'm going to do my part. Brandy is an amazing human. People still try to say that her and her husband had something to do with the disappearance. It's sick. It's absolutely sick. I just can't imagine what type of individual is, or I mean, were they prowling the area for kids? Like, what is it that they, it's still not comprehensible to me why these individuals, and I was explained something of the nature of how they were trying to like scam people on Craigslist, and I know I mentioned it a couple times last night, the pretend to be hookers and then get the people there and then rob them and whatever else, and like, I don't think that any of y'all are fit enough to do that, but okay, that's probably why that didn't go through. So then what the other option is to grab a kid and just put him up on the blackweb.com. I mean, like, how did you not actually physically think that through with your physical brain? Because you can't take somebody's kid and expect not to have some type of repercussion or consequence for your action. It just doesn't work that way. And then I mean, I can't even really go into what they were describing in that paperwork as to what occurred. And I mean, we already knew the child didn't go willingly with these people. I mean, and then on top of that, the fact that it was played out in the very beginning as if Sarah had always wanted a child and they just took him and gave him to her like as a sacrificial, like, here's your child, madam. Like, it was just the weirdest thing. And now we find out that's not it at all. And then giving him a dog toy to play with breaks my heart even more, that I think it can't be broken further. Right. Yeah. I think that was mentioned because I believe that Sarah's mother said they found something the dog dug up and it was part of a stuffed animal. And so they kind of connected the stuffed animal to being buried in the backyard, I think. I think that's why that was mentioned. But I've heard all about how Brandy's a great mom. She needs closure. She needs answers and justice for her baby boy. She does. I mean, I can't, it's like the worst nightmare. You're living in picket fence, Payette County, Idaho, Fruitland, Idaho, and the little quaint neighborhood looks stupid cute. I mean, it's like Pleasantville. You have beautiful scenery, beautiful houses, beautiful little families all along, and you think with a splash pad outside where kids go to play every summer, you think that you don't have to worry about monsters. And the entire time, the monster's down the street. The monster's just prowling down your neighborhood. The monsters are just waiting at the splash pad to possibly just happen to see a kid and just snatch them up. Like, I don't understand. And so for her to be at work and get the worst call of her life and still be standing today, I applaud her. No matter what. How have this load of crap been able to afford living in that area? That was Sarah's mom's property. Her parents' property owned it. And they were living off of welfare. That's why in the affidavit it states that they were starting to look for new states to live in and what the welfare was about. Oh my God, thank you. Thank you, M2 The J Dog. I love that. M to the J Dog. I didn't listen to all the details, just couldn't. Go get her. I get it. I read it and skimmed through it a little bit at first, and then I was trying to read some of it to Dolly so he wasn't shocked when it all came out. I got probably about to the part where it almost got all said, but then it didn't. So like he didn't really get to hear the actual part about placing the baby into a bag. I'm not even going to go into any of that. But so he heard that live for the first time. And Luis the dog found an ear. Yes, according to the affidavit, it stated that Sarah's mother, Kay, told the investigators that the dog had been digging up holes in the backyard and that they found a piece of a stuffed animal, a green stuffy, which they later described as having given to Michael to play with on the couch while he sat there, and they determined what they were going to do with him. So thank you, Teresa. But yeah, it's just, I mean, it's absolutely disturbing. And so the story we heard came from Stacy. So you've got to think, he didn't tell the parts that he did. So you got to think, you know, he's lied so many different times. So we don't even know. This could be a completely made up story. I don't believe that it is, only because some of the other things corroborate with the story, which I'd rather not mention now. And that's another thing I recognized while we were talking about it yesterday live. There's some parts to the story and some parts that we shouldn't mention, because now we're going to have to face trial. And I don't ever want to say anything that could jeopardize the trial or, you know, what we've all known, what the public knows, what I've come to know. But traces of the bag with the baby were confirmed to have been at my Brandon's mom's house, if that makes sense. I'm trying to shelter and shield what I'm saying, so it's like I'm not really making sense probably. Sorry, guys. I just don't ever want to say anything to jeopardize the case, because ultimately that's the goal here in the end, is to get justice for Michael Monkey Vaughan, no matter what. And these people had something to do with it, 150 million%. We have that proof. Now we have to forcefully get justice. I mean, ultimately, it's like, just because they don't know how you did it or have proof of how you did it, you still did it. So do we let you free? It's just so many cases lately. It's like they don't go through like they should, in my opinion. And I don't know why. And it's so frustrating. And so it's like I'm trying to think to myself, like, well, what do we have to do to solidify that this goes through and that we get justice for this baby? It's out of my control because I don't even live in Idaho. But I want to make sure that, you know, stuff that I say doesn't compromise anything, or stuff that I do also. So, we're not in contact with any of the individuals in the case. I'm close with Brandy because she's amazing and she checks in on me all the time. Even when she's at her lowest, she's still checking in on me, talking about like tits up, hair up, chin up, put your crown on, you know. So I appreciate her for that. She's amazing. I can't even say that enough, because I mean, I don't even know how you get up out of bed, ma'am. And not only that, she was halfway on her deathbed. I was really scared. I was scared because she was sending me updates, and I think she has like a close knit of people she sends updates to, instead of, you know, having to do it one by one. So she would send me, you know, on the way to ICU, I have a stomach bleed, or I have bleeding going on. And then she'd show pictures, and it would just be like, ugh. But, you know, of course, I'd be saying, you know, you got this. You're the strongest lady I know, which, I mean, she really is. And then, you know, the next day it would be like, I've lost all this weight. And then she'd show that. And it's a little bit more personal than I want to, you know, I don't want to say everything she said and whatnot. But every time that I would get an update, I would be holding my breath, looking at her message like, please, God, let it be good news. Let it be something good. Like, I can't, it's terrifying. So then finally, like after 2 months of this, to where she was not doing well at all health-wise, she says, you know, she's been rushed to the ICU again. And I looked over at Dolly and I'm like, how much more does this woman have to take? Like, what if she doesn't make it from this? Like, what if this is it? This is just like, and I mean, I was crying and everything. I mean, it was terrible. But she made it. So ultimately, that is the proof of what a mama bear will do to gain justice and to obtain her son. So y'all should be afraid Michael will get his justice. Suspects really should be afraid, because ultimately, you haven't even faced the wrath of this mama yet. But on that note, I got 4 minutes to get in here. You guys are great. Thanks so much for being here with me. She pinky promised they better watch their asses because she's coming for you all. Exactly. She pinky promised the babies she'd find them and she'd get justice. And she's not breaking that. That's another thing. Buggy, Micah's little sister. Oh my God, she's the cutest kid I've ever seen. I swear, she says some of the darnest things. And there's been times where, you know, she's asking for where Michael is. She's crying about Michael not coming home. And I mean, how do you deal with that as a mother? Having to explain to your little one that her brother's gone to heaven and is not coming back. I mean, it's horrific. I can't imagine. You guys are great. Thanks so much for being here with me every day. And I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Bye, so cool.